What about you? Very welcome. Hit the wee follow button if you so choose. It's free, so you've got nothing to lose. Now, I've got an admission to make. I'm a bit embarrassed by this, but it's something I just feel I have to get out there. You know what I mean? I have always had a deep appreciation. Indeed, it would go so far as to say love and affection for someone in the public eye. And I think now I just have to let it out. This week has proved I just have to let it out. Yes, I love Suella Braverman, the Home Secretary. Oh, I love that woman. I love her. See her there? And she's... Oh. Now, I do realise that puts me in a very small minority of people. Now, probably only her husband and children. But the hell with that. I still love that woman. I do. Now, the reason I love her is, for me, Suella embodies true Toryism in tooth and claw. That old-time Toryism of Thatcher, right? Which lauded the rich and shat on the poor. That Toryism which is devoid of empathy, compassion or care, which instead promotes greed, excess, entitlement and cronyism. Suella is so out there. She makes even Boris Johnson look a wee bit wet. So, let's find out, who is this vulture of the right? Well, some of Suella's top hits include pressurising civil servants into letting her off having to do a driving awareness course after she was caught speeding as Home Secretary. And the child of immigrant parents, Suella has decided to pull up that drawbridge in her attempts to stop anyone else ever migrating to these shores. In fact, in an email to Conservative Party members, she blamed an activist blob of left-wing lawyers, civil servants and the Labour Party for blocking her attempts to tackle illegal immigration. Now, I have to point out here, the only reason that it's illegal is because Suella and the Tories have made it practically impossible for anyone to come to these shores legally. Having overseen an asylum system which is completely broken and not fit for purpose, this is what Suella recently said about refugees.
But we will not be able to sustain an asylum system if, in effect, simply being gay or a woman or fearful of discrimination in your country of origin is sufficient to qualify for protection.
So being gay or a woman shouldn't be enough to qualify for international refugee protection. So let's change international law to fit in with Suella. I don't think so. At a recent conference, only last October, she announced, I would love to be having a front page of the Telegraph with a plane taking off to Rwanda. That's my dream. That's my obsession. Thankfully, no such plane has so far left the tarmac due to little issues around infringement of human rights. Now, when Liz Truss, remember her? She was there for about 2 weeks. When Liz Truss became Prime Minister, she sacked Braverman for breaking ministerial rules by sending an email from her personal account. But Rishi Sunak came to her rescue. He reinstated her 6 weeks later. Now, Suella's public order bill has made public protest, a backbone of any democracy, by the way, a possible criminal offence. And it'll be interesting to watch over the next couple of weeks, right, how she manipulates that law to criminalise anyone who protests in favour of the Palestinians. But just when I thought that Suella had found the rock bottom of insensitivity and cruelty, she managed to find a trapdoor. And she's just announced that, in her opinion, rough sleepers are in fact making a life choice by sleeping on our pavements in sub-zero temperatures. There was the rest of us thinking, God love them disadvantaged members of our society. Whereas Suella has decided the best way to deal with them is to find those charities which are providing them with the most basic of shelters in the shape of tents. Yeah, let's find those humanitarians who have an ounce of empathy for the disadvantaged. That's what you want. Braverman, she explained what Suella explained. We cannot allow our streets to be taken over by rows of tents occupied from people, many of them from abroad. Can you see a theme here with Suella? Can you see a theme developing? Right, many of them from abroad, living on the streets as a lifestyle choice. Let's forget the thousands of houses and penthouses in London which remain empty due to the fact that they're used as investment properties to wash billions from drug dealing and other criminality. Let's also forget that London is the home of the largest number of billionaires in the world due to Suella and the Tories' lax tax laws. But above all, let's forget that the lack of public housing projects of this and previous Tory administrations has led to people on the street. Let's forget all of that and partition blame, and put blame where it belongs, on the powerless and the poor. That's why I love Suella. That's why I think she embodies all the selfish cruelty and inhumanity that lies at the core of Toryism. As we say in these parts, hell will not be full until she's in it.
That's all, folks.